finally done. Ugh, but I have a nagging feeling that there's something I've forgotten. Oh, there you are. Everything wrapped up on your end? Okay, fair enough. That was a pointless question. We were working in tandem, after all.
You must really be exhausted.
Well, it's been a busy day for both of us.
When work ends, you clock out. No looking back.
Yeah, we're definitely due a break. Probably a little late to start drinking now, though. I'll stick with water. Here, this one's for you.
Thanks.
You want a bite to eat? I can grab us something. Or wait, I think there's a stove nearby. Let me take a look.
Are you nervous?
A little, yeah. Unlike you, it seems. How are you not feeling at all nervous?
Because everything that happens next is beyond my individual control. I don't worry about things I cannot influence.
What do you mean, cannot influence? You're the one who came up with half of the strategies we ended up using.
There's only so much I can do. I was only doing my duty.
Was it like this last time, too?
You mean with Azar and his accomplices? Yes and no. The situation back then was easier to control, but we weren't as prepared as we are this time.
So the enemy is stronger, but so are we. I still vividly remember the way you interrogated me in the library after the fact. Where were you when Sunmeru needed you most?
If your memory is so vivid, you might also recall that it was you who came looking for an argument. You're often the one who initiates these things, you know.
I came for a conversation. I didn't know it was gonna turn into an argument. Anyway, at least I showed up this time. So, what do you think?
What do I think? I think we're certainly better off for it.
It's good having me around to help out, huh?
Absolutely. As a citizen of Sunmeru, you displayed a remarkable sense of responsibility in the face of disaster.
Certainly feels that way. I just shudder to think how the world would have ended up if we hadn't gotten control of the situation. So, do you think this is what impending disaster looks like? The sky is so clear, and there isn't a whiff of decay or destruction in the air. It's hard to imagine that the fall of humanity could happen on an ordinary day like this.
Awful things happen all the time. Sometimes people can stop them, and sometimes they can't. What you and I have done is increase our chances of stopping this one.
Lofty ideals may provide no defense at all against nihilism, but perhaps little decisions can. Oh, nothing. It's nothing. I hope everything works out tomorrow.
It will. As long as we stick to the plan, our chances of success are good.
It's really strange. You're my junior, yet you always seem to act more like an upperclassman than I do.
I think it's mostly a matter of temperament.
Ugh. Walked right into that one, didn't I?
We'll make our move after sunrise tomorrow.
Good. Is everything ready?
As much as possible.
That'll be enough. Don't let the pressure get to you. We'll take things one step at a time. That's how we've always done it.
Master Tainari! Mr. Sino! So this is where you were. I brought some juice and some water. Would you like some?
I know how easily you get dehydrated in the desert, so you should definitely have some water. In which case, I'll have the juice.
I gotta ask, though. Who's on juice-making duty at a time like this?
Madame Farazan said she was feeling a little nervous, so I told her about the automatic juicer my friend invented. She took it right off me and started making carton after carton of juice.
A juicer? Did Sucrose send that to you?
Yeah, I hadn't had the chance to try it out before this incident occurred, but I couldn't bear to leave it behind in Gandharvaville.
The juice is very sweet.
I think so too.
Kale, how are you feeling?
Physically, I'm okay, but it just still feels strange to me. Why would a great power like this come to someone like me?
I know the feeling well. That same question ran through my mind every day as a kid.
At least now, you have someone who can relate to you.
All the more reason that you should apply for Spontamod. Tighnari fiercely opposes the idea, though.
Those two things are completely unrelated.
What are we all chatting about, Would anyone like any juice? Oh, you have some already.
I had some earlier, ma'am. Maybe give the extra to someone else?
Very well, very well. I shall be off then.
There's this enormous power, and then there's little old you. You feel like there's no connection between the two. And that sense of dissonance is difficult to get used to.
Yeah. But after all this time, I can't believe this stuff still gets to me sometimes. Makes me feel a little childish.
Kale, just because we normally keep the conversation light doesn't mean we can't discuss deeper issues. I don't think it's childish at all. You were the victim of a terrible crime. It's normal to struggle with the fallout from it. You have absolutely nothing to be ashamed of.
My professor once told me that no incident can be considered truly resolved until the victim says it's over. Your rage and your pain are completely justified.
Thanks. Miss Nicole said that the same God remains which were once used to inflict so much pain upon me have now become a weapon with which I can protect everyone. It's like my own personal kind of evolution. Every innocent person who's been hurt needs time to realize that it wasn't their fault. I was the same. But it's all about to be over. Tomorrow, it ends for good.
I don't know if you've noticed, but you rarely stumble over your words anymore, and your outlook has become much more positive. It's a big change from how you used to be.
And since this isn't over, you can settle the matter on your own terms. It's time you seized back control. I believe in you.
Yeah, Sunmeru is my home, and it's so important to me. I have to protect it. No, I will protect it.
And once you're done, how about you come back and apply for Spontamod?
Stop it with the sales pitch, would you?
Hey, excuse me. There are still 3 unclaimed cups of juice here. Why don't you take one each? Ugh, my arms are getting sore from carrying them around everywhere.
Madame Farazan, why are you... Here, let me take them off your hands.
Thank you, Madame Farazan.
Drink up and enjoy my handiwork. I think I'm going to make something else now instead.
Please, try to relax, Madame Farazan. Your nerves are starting to get the better of you.
I know, I know.
Something on your mind, Miss Nefer?
Nothing in particular. It's just, right now the future feels strange and unfamiliar.
But the future has not yet arrived. How can you say how it feels?
Some people know that there's an impending disaster. Others remain blissfully unaware. Each group is imagining an entirely different future while walking towards the same one. But when they get there, they'll still find they feel differently about it. People are shaped by their circumstances. Different circumstances create people with different perspectives.
I've always found the perspective of the Vahumana Darshan to be a particularly incisive one.
Even at the height of the crisis in Nagkrai, people held diverging opinions. But things are different this time.
Indeed. Regardless of faith, gender, wealth, skin color, or eye color, everyone in Sunmeru knows what will happen tomorrow.
The world has never been an especially fair place. Yet now, against all odds, a moment of unprecedented unity and equality is about to take place. It's fascinating. If only my father could have lived to see this era.
Era. To me, that term represents a much greater span of time. It can be an unsettling word. I would even say I'm afraid of it.
Do angels even feel fear?
Yes, at least I do. I fear the gap that grows wider with each passing day, and the never-ending flow of time. Time renders all memories insignificant and reduces all splendor to nothing. But those memories are the one thing I do not want to lose.
You're very human in that regard.
If angels draw too close to humanity, our wings burn away in the bright flame of awareness, and we fall to the earth. After spending so long among humans, I have lost much of my former glory.
Maybe that's a good thing. You're more human than some humans are.
I've been talking to Kale a lot in recent days. We seem to be in completely opposite situations. I suppose that makes us good case studies for comparison.
Case studies for who?
Myself, I suppose. After comparing the two of us, I suddenly discovered that I desired more than before. It was a gentle, pleasant sensation. Just as most people pursue glory and miracles, I too am pursuing miracles of my own. Guiding humans to make the miracles in their hearts a reality. That is my miracle. It doesn't sound so bad, does it?
Look at the time. I should head back. I'm so sorry. I was in a hurry and didn't look where I was going. Are you all right?
I'm fine. Wait, you're...
Have we met?
Not exactly. I think we may have crossed paths by the house of Dana before.
Oh. You're Hat Guy! From Vahumana, right?
You recognize me?
The clue's in the name, Mr. Hat Guy.
Fair point.
It's getting pretty late. What's keeping you up?
I could ask you the same question. If I'm not mistaken, all the workload for the Ratawa Darshan wrapped up a good while ago.
Well, I have something of a background in Satyavada life, so I was helping the Dendro Archon make some preparations. But I must have lost track of time.
Did you find the experience enlightening at all?
Honestly, it was tedious and uneventful at first. But eventually, I think I did sense some profound truths. But they also brought a lot of suffering with them. I was told that I even shed tears while I was meditating, though I have no idea why. Sorry. I hope I'm not scaring you.
Not at all. It just proves you're very accomplished in your research. Good night. I wish you all the best for tomorrow.
Thank you, sir. You too.
Too bad we've got a fight tomorrow. I could really do with a stiff drink.
Let us pray instead.
Prayer. How nostalgic.
Lord Sangama Bay. Came to get some fresh air too, did ya?
That's right. Actually, I was hoping I might run into you, Dia. I wanted to let you know that I've stocked up on that perfume you said you were so fond of.
No, really? I'll take 2. Any chance of a friends and family discount?
I knew you'd ask that. And I'm afraid to say that... Surprise! It's free of charge.
That's very generous of you, Lord Sangama Bay. Does this mean you've made a fortune and not cry?
Nope. Turns out it's not that easy to turn a profit there. I even ran some assorted losses. But anyway, that has nothing to do with why I wanted to give you and Dia a small gift. Remember that merchant caravan you two rescued in the desert last month? That was transporting my goods!
No way! I had no idea that was your shipment. Explains the, eclectic mix of goods, though.
Lord Sangama Bay's investment in the desert and generous stockpiling of goods has helped many people over the years. The shelters you funded especially have made life a little easier for the children and the elderly.
Wait, how did you know about that? Oh, I see. Nefer told you, didn't she? That pesky lady. Aren't intel brokers at least supposed to charge for divulging people's secrets?
She and Candace go way back. It's normal for close friends to share things you wouldn't tell to everyone else.
Sure, but why did they have to be things about me?
That's how Nefer shows that she cares. She wishes for all of us to know what a generous person you truly are.
It must be hard trying to make a living far away from home. Just because we can tell what kind of person you are doesn't mean everyone else can.
Well, maybe her intentions were partly good, but I don't think that's the full story. I'm sure she enjoyed knowing how much it would annoy me. I'm telling you, Nefer's got a mean streak.
Definitely with you on that. Does praying help you stay calm?
Defending one's home is a just cause. My heart is filled with a mix of anger and hope.
Anger. You know, being able to get angry is a good thing. It shows that you're in touch with the real world, and that you have the passion to pursue something you believe in.
Oh, my lady? What are you doing out here?
Just taking a walk to clear my head. And look where I ended up. Were you praying just now?
Yes, Miss Dunyarzad. Would you like to join us?
Come on, it's fine. She won't mind who you pray to.
Oh, then sure.
I remember you, Miss Dunyarzad. You visited my shop before. If I recall correctly, the god you worship is the Dendroarchon, correct?
That's right. She is such a gentle and kind god. But to me, she's more than just a god I worship. I see her more as a friend. And so do many others. She's not some almighty god who reigns on high, but a genuine friend.
Agreed. She's a wise teacher and a good friend.
I spoke with several people during the evacuation. Everyone's aware that tomorrow's battle is one that ordinary people can join too. A battle to fight for our friends and our homeland. Oh, it makes me glad. I can finally do something for those who protected me.
You've grown so much since we first met.
Oh, a compliment? Ooh, more please. Thank you.
My lady, you've always been a remarkably strong and ambitious person. It's indisputable. And that's not just a compliment. It's a statement of fact. What are you praying for?
Our beliefs may not be entirely the same, but we both wish for the same thing.
I pray that everyone will rise to the challenges ahead and return safe and sound.
I pray for the safe return of all my companions.
Time to go! Let's meet the others at the mausoleum of King Deshret.
I have not felt this way in a long time. Standing up high, gazing out at the rolling dunes. One cannot know what freedom truly means without first losing it.
The golden slumber truly lives up to its name as a dreamland. Though desert sands exist there too, no mirage, no matter how glorious, can compare to true beauty.
Dendro Archon, what is on your mind?
I was wondering whose counsel I should seek on the questions in my heart.
What kind of questions?
So many. More than can be put into words. As I once said to a friend, we look, we see, and we comprehend. But the question still troubles us. What are the many disasters that this world faces, but the sum of all irresolvable questions?
The biggest question you should be asking is how to seize victory.
Yes. Although, I would express it differently. I must not fail. And so the question I am most curious about now is whether the path to victory will be an arduous one.
What we declare to be a young sapling, we may, in fact, find to be a towering tree, if we would only cast aside our ignorance and look beyond the veil of time to see her true form.
Nahida! We're here! Just in time. The preparations are almost complete.
Ready when you are.
We're here too.
Miss Nicole! Miss Nicole! You run so fast! I thought I'd get a lot of exercise as a forest ranger, but I can barely keep up with you.
Sorry, I got a little carried away.
Lesser Lord Kusanali, the equipment is ready, and the modifications to Aru are all complete. As discussed during our meeting,
Accessing Irminsul via the Akasha is no longer feasible at this stage. There are other options, it's just they're a little more extreme and more technologically demanding to implement. Maybe you should take it from here.
The architecture and functionality of the Akasha terminals overlap considerably with Aru. There is reasonable evidence to suggest that one was developed based on the other, or that they both utilize technology of the same origin. As long as the transplant and merge operation succeeds, Aru should theoretically work on a scale greater than the Akasha and approximately equal to Irminsul. It will become the largest active computing device in all of Teyvat. A system this powerful is capable of a lot of different things. In the past, the Akasha was primarily used for one-way information transmission, but I suspect it could also serve as a central bridging hub. In the pursuit of greater knowledge, some scholars have attempted to connect their consciousness to Irminsul through the use of terminals, incense, and meditation.
Correct. In academic language, scholars who reach that stage are said to have entered Satyavada life. Hypatia has performed this practice many times in the past, and she was once under my care for a period of time.
Right. And this at least proves that there is a zone within Irminsul that can be connected to.
That's right. Providing wisdom to the people is one of the very reasons for Irminsul's existence. I think I understand where you're going. Please, continue.
In that case, I'll skip to the conclusion then. We need to further modify Aru, merge it with the Akasha, manufacture terminals, and distribute them to every single person we can reach.
Every person? Even the desert folk?
Yes, everyone.
I've already calculated the amount of raw materials we need.
So you mean we're going to get new Akasha terminals?
Yes, but this time the people of Sunmeru won't be using them to acquire knowledge, just to connect to Irminsul. That's the key.
When we evacuated the city, we brought all the important assets from the House of Dana, in case we ended up needing them. Fortunately, this included the Akasha system's main terminal. We've checked all the relevant records, and one thing is certain. Nothing like this has ever been done on this scale before, so...
Everyone in Sunmeru is part of the plan. Whoever controls the people controls the situation.
Since this function of Irminsul was introduced, it has only ever been made available to scholars, who don't constitute a particularly large group of people. But by expanding the scale to include all the people of Sunmeru, all the individual connections will stack up to create a significant load on the system. Under normal circumstances, Irminsul would be able to cope with the additional load. But with it already being under strain from other activities, its remaining capacity is limited. Thus, it might be possible to shut it down completely by overloading it. Counting down. 3, 2, 1.
Are you ready?
Ready. People sought knowledge, they turned to the Tree of Wisdom. Today, we use it to save Sunmeru and the whole world. These boughs that nurtured learning must not become tools for destroying the world.
Stop.
Please stop. End this transformation.
You would shut down Irminsul just to stop me? You fools. I have all the time in the world.
Success! The evil Irminsul tree has stopped growing!
Great.
What a display of true courage. The courage to think and the courage to act. I never thought I would witness the shutdown of Irminsul with my own eyes. Perhaps this is human wisdom in action?
Indeed, only humans could do such a thing. Gods are few and far between.
What was once created for spreading knowledge is now used for another purpose. A rather ingenious plan.
I am grateful to you three for your help. Only thanks to you were we able to extend Aru's interference capabilities to cover all terminals. Now, nobody who wears a terminal will have their activity accurately tracked by Irminsul. No matter how many eyes Dottore possesses, he will not be able to see us clearly. Now for the next step. I will need the help of your supreme powers once again.
How might we be of service, Lord of Dendro?
I need to reach the Eternal Oasis immediately. Right now?
In that case, Ibis King, would you agree that this is a fine opportunity to dust off our old tricks?
Never. I assume you have that chess set with you?
You mean the one you gave to me as a gift? Asking for it back, are you?
How could I? You misjudge me. I just wanted to show you another way you can use it. Connect to Safei Shatranj.
Safei Shatranj? You mean that place in the desert?
Thoth's chess set gains its power from the chessboard laid out in the desert by King Deshret and ourselves. All ceremonies conducted using the chess set must be activated via Safei Shatranj. In other words, the chess set is an extension of the chessboard. In the past, moving a chess piece was a sacred and momentous act.
Transfer initiated. Entering live combat mode.
We haven't heard a single word from our spy in the desert. I'm afraid he might have been captured.
Never mind.
But we spent years turning him. And a lot of Mora.
Nothing comes for free in this world, but the loss is not without its purpose. For a small price, we have wasted a precious amount of the limited time they have. Quite a bargain, if you ask me.
Understood.
Weighing profit against loss is a necessary part of life. But to tell the truth, I have been operating at a loss since this all began. Since many centuries ago, in fact. For instance, Why would a banker act as the executor of a will? If you hadn't deposited your personal belongings at Northland Bank, I would have no reason to be here right now. Dottore, I've placed your final data backup into the ley lines as per our contract. I trust we are now square for the safe deposit fees you paid.
Is it not a little petty to split hairs like this, given our amicable relationship?
I consider sound bookkeeping a matter of principle.
Do not forget that you only live to see this day thanks to me. In fact, every day of your life since you met me, you've been living on borrowed time.
Why, that's hardly a fair assessment. I will concede that my survival was perhaps at your whim, but I became a harbinger on my own merits. Managing money is not like other professions. Mine is not a role I could have acquired based on your recommendation alone, and certainly not one I could have lasted so long in without genuine ability.
The information stored in the ley lines is quite comprehensive. Rest assured, I have not forgotten how strong your pride is. Well, I presume you have no sense of fragmentation while talking with me.
How could anything possibly go wrong with such strict measures in place? The remainder of your soul was split in two, with one half sent to Nodcry and the other stored in the most secure vault of the Northland Bank. Though I must say, your disdain for the other segments is quite amusing. Zandik is you, and you are Zandik. Zandik created the segments, yet you, a segment yourself, reject him.
That is, Zandik, created segments of various ages in his later years. To achieve this, he had to freeze time and part with a portion of his soul. But as constructive as it sounds, it erases my uniqueness. If each segment is equally me, then by the same token, none of them are truly me. A soul living forever in the past inevitably holds different views than he did in his later years. The same thing that completes me also restricts me. You too might ask yourself which stage of your life you want to be preserved at. The day your business failed? Or the day you were framed by a gang and sold off to a medical lab as a test subject?
We needn't dredge up the past.
This undesirable plan was eventually scrapped. Lesser Lord Kusanali was quite right. I needed an opportunity to eliminate myself. And after that, I concluded that there was no more effective plan than directly splitting the soul. Once the soul is transferred out, you will find that creating a physical body is far simpler than creating a puppet.
The other half of your soul suffered a crushing defeat in Nodcry, you know.
And yet in the process, I obtained the information I always wanted, did I not? Because now we finally know where the best testing ground truly lies.
I once thought your ultimate goal was to ascend to godhood. But as it turns out, that was merely one of your experiments.
Experiments take many forms. Most people are too eager for success, too fixated on the end goal. They forget that the experimental process itself is just as important. A suspiciously vacant seat, a new face. I trust you can put two and two together. The reason it doesn't exist is because someone tampered with the record.
What can I say? After all your efforts, you really did uncover the world's secrets. So, is the new world you promised a lie?
No, it never was. I am glad to be able to control Irmin's soul from within. Now I shall attempt to create a new world inside the existing one. Almost everyone faces the prospect of death, but not a single person has ever been able to experiment unrestrained in the afterlife through sheer force of will. I am the only one to have overcome this enormous challenge. Would I not be letting the world down if I didn't make the most of the opportunity to experiment?
Clearly, the dividing of your soul did not affect the magnitude of your ego. Out of all the versions of you that have ever existed, this you is the most insane and the most radical.
Is that why you chose to work with me? Which was it then? My insanity? Or my radicalism?
Could I call myself a venture capitalist without a suitably ambitious plan to invest in? Yours happened to fit the bill quite perfectly.
Well then, I must say, while I am surprised enough that you showed up at all, what surprises me more is that you chose to present yourself as my former subordinate, and not as the banker Pantalone.
Why make things harder than they need to be? Exposing my true identity in a situation like this would only serve to destroy diplomatic relations between Snezhnaya and Sunmeru. I daren't imagine the consequences. Showing up in the name of the original antagonist gives you the recognition you rightly deserve, while also being sensitive to Snezhnaya's predicament. It was an easy win. As for why I'm here, if you're suggesting that your credit is in the negative, I won't argue with that. Many people say that about you.
I'd argue that a significant factor in your willingness to cooperate is the fact that you have but a few years of life left after my death. Living and dying together has a way of binding two parties together rather closely. Is it not true that a relationship should be judged by both the positive and negative returns it yields?
So some of what I said actually made it into your head after all. It's true that I hope you don't die too soon, but don't you find that a strange thing for me to say? After all, you've already had quite a long life, especially for a human being.
Let's not pretend that you're any more innocent than I am. Are we not the same in this regard? We both despise the existing laws of this world, and neither of us enjoy being under anyone else's control.
Is it really so greedy to want the world to operate by a new set of rules?
Of course not, my dear friend. And as I've said before, mutual interest is the foundation for the most reliable of relationships. You can attest to that.
I just hope there never comes a day when I have to work too hard to prove that.
Regrader, sir. People have been spotted approaching Sunmeru City.
How strange. Despite your access to Irminsol's data, it appears the soldiers noticed before you did. They must have found a workaround. Well, Dottore, I trust you know what this means. The fact is...
They're coming. They'll breach the city gates any moment now.
But even so, I would say Irminsol is a wonderfully convenient thing on the whole. If you do manage to create a new world, perhaps you could plant one outside my office, too.
I'll consider it.
What do you need me to do? Stall them?
The experiment will take time. Stall them for as long as possible.
Very well. But you're really asking for the moon here. Have you heard this story? There was once a guilty man, kneeling in the center of a church while an angry mob outside waited to bring him to justice. He pleaded with the gods, begging them to grant him one final request, the chance to finish confessing his sins before he was sentenced. Many suns and moons passed, seasons changed, and still his confession continued, as if he intended to speak until the end of time.
Are you suggesting I worship you as a god? Or were you hoping that I might confess my sins to you?
Certainly not the latter. That would make my life miserable indeed.
For someone who despises them so, you never seem to have any objections to me creating or becoming one. At first, I thought you'd be furious.
Concerned I would terminate our partnership, were you?
Not at all. You had reasons why our partnership must continue.
Don't you find people's attitudes toward gods amusing? A god descends from the heavens and people worship it unreservedly. blindly following whatever rules are given to them. And yet, when they see an ordinary person gain godlike levels of power by virtue of their own hard work, they treat him with nothing but suspicion, even if he is a compatriot.
Is that supposed to be a compliment?
No, I was just thinking. I pity the man who would call you a compatriot.
There's no need to be so self-critical. I know it's a little late in the day to be asking this, but how have you been keeping?
I'm flattered that you would take the time out of your busy schedule to consider my well-being, Doctor. The part of your soul that went to Nodcry caused quite a stir, sending our organization back to the drawing board on numerous fronts. It was quite a headache for everyone involved.
Dear me, I must have caused you no end of trouble.
You certainly did. I had the rare honor of being summoned before the Tsaritsa with Pulcinella to answer for myself. A terrifying ordeal. Don't worry, I pulled through. At most, it's a public relations nightmare. I made sure of that.
Now I'm curious. How did you explain yourself?
Oh, it was quite simple. I just pinned the blame on someone who wasn't there to defend himself. I could hardly be expected to defy the demands of someone as insistent as the Second Harbinger, now could I?
How you slander me. You know full well that I am perfectly amenable to reason. There's no question that you are partly to blame for the ruin of my reputation over the years. I know it's a little late in the day to be asking this, but how have you been keeping?
I'm flattered that you would take the time out of your busy schedule to consider my well-being, Doctor. The part of your soul that went to Nodcry caused quite a stir, sending our organization back to the drawing board on numerous fronts. It was quite a headache for everyone involved.
Dear me, I must have caused you no end of trouble.
You certainly did. I had the rare honor of being summoned before the Tsaritsa with Pulcinella to answer for myself. A terrifying ordeal. Don't worry, I pulled through. At most, it's a public relations nightmare. I made sure of that.
Now I'm curious. How did you explain yourself?
Oh, it was quite simple. I just pinned the blame on someone who wasn't there to defend himself. I could hardly be expected to defy the demands of someone as insistent as the Second Harbinger, now could I?
How you slander me. You know full well that I am perfectly amenable to reason. There's no question that you are partly to blame for the ruin of my reputation over the years. Do you have anything lined up for when this is all over?
Hard to say. Field work always takes quite a toll on me, as you know. Once I'm back at Snezhnaya, I'll start with a well-earned cigarette.
Why are you so eager to ruin your lungs after I went to the trouble of replacing them for you?
If you have an issue with it, feel free to try to stop me. What's on your mind?
The limits of humanity. It's a pity. Despite running countless calculations, I find there is simply no way to reduce any further the amount of one's soul required to sustain an individual.
It's rare to hear you admit to being unable to achieve something.
I beg to differ. For instance, as I've told you before, the original me was prone to motion sickness and couldn't make long train rides.
Ah, yes, of course. One of the reasons you often sent yourself out on errands. What are you thinking about now?
A new experiment. In the event that my soul was depleted, say we extracted my data from someone else's memories, yours for instance, and then combined it with your intact soul as the base material, what would we create?
Such a scenario would be impossible.
Oh?
As long as your current soul survives, there will be no need to create a new individual. Don't forget, you were the one who approved of the present situation wherein only one Dottore remains. And if you ceased to exist, who would be capable of performing this experiment?
Since the day I met you, you've always excelled at talking your way out of a quandary.
Isn't it a little too early to be saying goodbye? Not that I wish to keep you from your business, of course. Very well. Let's leave the conversation there for now.
The power of King Desheret's 7 pillars is truly remarkable. With just a chessboard, you can move an entire unit across the material plane.
Yeah, sets us up for a much easier fight. Really makes my day. The last time we stormed the city, it involved a lot more running around.
I wonder how many people can say they stormed a city twice in their lifetime.
I was just thinking that. I've definitely had more than my fair share of unusual experiences in my life.
This is my first time here, actually. We never usually leave Gandharvaville.
I hope this will be my last time.
Does everyone have to chime in? Can't we just fight?
What an amusing comment, my dear lady. Yet humans often alleviate tension via small talk, do they not?
Whoa! Why is Candace's shield talking?
Because the image on her shield is one of me. And I, of course, can appear wherever I wish to.
Huh. Well, la-dee-da. Isn't that fancy? Could I get in on this?
You wish for your gauntlet to speak? Why, certainly.
Ahem. I think you'll find that it is I whose image is carved hereupon.
Thanks. Definitely feel stronger now.
You're welcome, my lady. I am glad to lend you my power.
Sino, what's the situation? There are troops stationed at every entrance. As we expected. A frontal assault will suffice. Everyone, stick to the plan. We'll take the main entrance. You head for the House of Dana's side door. Move out.
Out of my way! Take this! Watch out! Get lost! Thank you, Jet.
You gotta be more careful. If you're not ready to put your life on the line, you can't be certain of defeating your opponent.
She's right. Keep your wits about you, Rana.
Can't run from death.
Take them out and secure the harbor. Reinforcements will arrive by water.
Consider it done. Show no mercy.
Judgment is upon you. Their penance is due!
belongs to ice.
Stronger than I anticipated.
You stay condemned!
Do your work! He shall prevail!
An unfortunate fault!
Nowhere to run!
Looks like we're in big time fight.
You asked for it. Grant us your blessing.
Through me, justice is served. Guilty.
Resistance is futile. Save yourself the pain.
Gloves off.
Intel.
Waterway secured.
Brothers! Sisters!
Perfect. Just in time.
Welcome. Once we've linked up, we'll continue the advance.
The team has arrived at the north entrance, as planned.
Good. Press on.
There you are, the straggler. Let me amuse myself a little.
We shall prevail.
Going home.
They're dead meat! Run while you still can! There's no way to hide! Yield! Hear my prayer!
Sita! Your sins weigh upon your soul!
Couldn't fix it.
You stay condemned!
Look out! It's an ambush!
Finally. We need to hurry. Take the middle road now.
Mahamatra Sino, area clear.
Don't relax just yet. More Fatui approaching from the right.
Irminsul cannot track our movements. If necessary, we could split up.
Don't worry. We'll wipe them all out.
As you can see, our people came raring to go.
Good, good.
How are things with the Traveler? Can Tainari keep him safe?
Don't underestimate Tainari just because he's a forest watcher. He can handle it.
All right. You know that's not what I meant.
Sino and the reinforcements have drawn the Fatui's fire away. It's our turn. By using a cluster leaf of cultivation, we can pass through certain terrain silently.
Good luck with that. We'll just fly up there.
Huh? Oh, yeah. Paimon forgot she could fly.
Ready?
Ready.
And shroud!
Keep up. A new dawn rises! Unsightly insects!
Time for the big one!
One with the forest. Let's nip that in the bud.
So quiet.
Couldn't fix it.
It's jammed.
Keep up. Fatui soldiers up ahead.
Careful.
Prepare for battle.
Hey! There's people over there.
You have some nerve showing your faces here in the center of Sunmeru City.
You're right on schedule.
Well, this guy sure as heck isn't your average Fatui sergeant.
They've stationed quite a few people nearby. It definitely looks like they were waiting for us. But something feels off. Everything about this guy feels too deliberate. I highly doubt he's just a subordinate of Dottores. And he's no mere sergeant. Whatever his rank is, it's high. Much higher than we thought. So you've been waiting for us. But it looks like you're geared up for a conversation, rather than a battle.
Very clever, General Mahamatra Sino. I know you're the one in charge of this siege, and I look forward to making a deal with you.
A siege? Sunmeru City belongs to us!
Historically, yes. But things can always change. We have quite a sizable force with us, you know. For instance...
There's a Fatui ambush at the north gate.
Can you handle him?
We can for now.
Yes, I'm quite sure both sides can hold their ground for the time being. The battle has not yet reached its climax. But what happens next? Do you enjoy watching bloodshed? Surely some of those here are people you count as friends. Once a war begins, some people must die. I doubt you wish that fate upon anyone you know.
Wait a second. It's a trick. He's not even there. Silence!
He disappeared.
What was that? A ghost?
Curses! He was never there to begin with. That was just a shadow projected there to lure us in.
Enough talk! Attack!
I apologize for being unable to accompany you at this crucial moment, but I am compelled to leave for reasons beyond my control. Please excuse me. Sunmeru's General Mahamatra is quite ruthless. It's a good thing I wasn't there in person.
Your illusion held them up for a time just fine. But now that they have seen through it, they will realize you were just a decoy.
Decoy or not, what matters now is that they will be heading your way imminently.
Not imminently. They are already here.